rather unusual. I'm sure you've all heard of ghosts. Now, I know it's not a conventional topic to talk about, but it's something I am very interested in and would like to talk about today nonetheless. Since I was small, I have always had a very morbid fascination with that which cannot be seen. And as a result, ghosts had to be one of the things which have really interested me. Now, I have had the benefit of living relatively close to one of the most haunted places in the whole of England, and it's a small village called Plucklin. Now, there have rumoured to have been over 13 ghosts in this small town, which makes it the most haunted place in the whole of the UK. And I've been there on many occasions and tried to see something for myself, but I have been very unsuccessful. However, I have met someone who was successful, not in Pluckley, but completely by accident and somewhere else, and I would like to tell you his story. He worked in an office building in London a few years ago, and it was quite an old building, about 20 years old, and he worked on the 13th floor. Now, he started working there and everything was as it should be until one day things started to move about. Pens moved from desk to desk, mugs disappeared and then reappeared where they didn't belong, and people started getting very agitated. And as you can imagine, people just assumed it was the office clown pulling little jokes. And it subsided for a bit, until one day it started all over again, but this time it was a bit more severe. Tacks, saw pins, had been placed on people's chairs to sit on, and it would hurt. And at this point, the managing staff got quite angry, because this is completely unacceptable. So he called a board meeting, and he asked everyone that, to be completely honest, that they won't be fired, that this had to stop, and no one confessed. So he was like, okay, well, no one can tell me, but this has to stop. Needless to say, it didn't stop, so he instantly assumed it was the cleaning staff. They put recording cameras in, and the cleaning staff did nothing, because the recording cameras closed off at 10 o'clock. And things started to get quite confusing in the office, because no one knew who was doing all these things in the office. So it stopped for a little bit, and everyone thought everything was okay, until a woman was working late. She had some important paperwork to do, and it was 7 o'clock now. She'd been filing away lots of papers, doing some very urgent stuff, and all the cleaning staff had come and gone, and she started to hear a tapping. A little tap. It kept going and it kept going. Now she just ignored it, too busy with her work, as you can imagine. It had gone to 8, it had gone to 9, and she was still working away, and the tap just gradually got louder and louder. So at this point she thought, maybe I'm getting tired, maybe I'll call it a day. And she started to leave the office. And as she started walking out the corridor, she looked behind her and saw someone walking towards her. She couldn't really make out, it was a big corridor, but she kept walking anyway. She was just like, yep, walking to the elevator, and it was a very long corridor, longer than the whole of Queen's building. Now, it's a very long corridor, and she started walking towards the elevator. And then the footsteps behind her grew louder and louder, and louder and louder, until they were running very fast. And she looked behind and she saw no one, but the footsteps were evidently there. And she was getting very frightened. And she ran, and she ran, and she started pushing the elevator buttons. And she looked behind her, and there was still nothing coming. And as the elevator door closed, something slammed into the elevator and shook the elevator. And she was incredibly scared. And when she got down, she told the security people what happened, and she was completely petrified. And the security people then told the story to my friend, but they added something. They told my friend that in the place that they had worked on the 13th floor, a homeless man had once, when it was being originally built, ran up all the stairs because the security people were chasing him. And where the 13th floor elevator was, he thought it was just another flight of stairs, fell straight through and died. So, who knows? There are no simple answers to this question, whether it's a ghost, what it is or what it's not, but I think it's just interesting to say that there really are some things that we don't know about.